Hello, everybody. Surprise! It's only Thursday, but you guys haven't seen me all week. Let me just get my comments up here so we can chat. This was literally like a last minute decision. Like I just made this decision in the last 30 seconds. There I am. Hi, Debbie. Hello, everybody. So I literally just made this decision in the last 30 seconds. I was getting ready to film, and I was like, what if I just do this live? So I'm not prepared at all. I mean, I'm prepared to create with you guys and craft with you guys, but I'm not prepared at all for this live. So here's the situation, you guys. This week has been a hot mess. Like, I feel like this is like the trend right now where I get things together and I'm like really together for 2 weeks, like with all the stuff, the house stuff, the business stuff, the school stuff. And then I have a week where it all falls apart and then I get back with the program. And that is just, I think that's just how life is going to go right now. Like, I don't know. I struggle so much because I just strive to be so consistent and so, on top of everything. And then I just feel like it's just life right now. And this week we've had lots of school meetings. I had lots of things I had to pop into at different times of the day. And then we've had lots of different just school situations. And so Missy said it's a hot mess here too. So this week I just am like, my team email was supposed to go out yesterday. It didn't go out till today. I'm planning a big team event and I don't know why. Do you guys do this? Do you ever do this? Where you're like, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'll do this. It'll be fine. It'll be fun. It'll be great. And then I'm like, oh, this is like, lots of people are having lots of feelings. I'm trying to get through it. So I don't know, you guys, this week I can't believe that it's Thursday already. And I have not I haven't chatted with you guys. I haven't popped in here and I have not had any blog posts up this week. So today, what I'm doing right now is I am creating and I'm going to do a backlog for a project for Tuesday. And then I'm going to share with you the kickoff of 8 weeks of Halloween, which I'm going to talk about in just a minute. And then I will get my stuff ready for tomorrow. And we'll have another live tomorrow. We'll do our normal creating of our stuff. And then hopefully this weekend I can get back in the groove of things. But it's just a hot mess, you guys. It just happens. Laura said hot mess at my house too. And we are, I've had several of you guys message me and ask me about the fires in California. It feels like all of California is on fire. It's really, really bad. Where we're at, the smoke and the ash, we are getting that, and it's really bad. I mean, when you step outside, you can smell fire. And we've never experienced, even with the fire that was really close to us a couple years ago, it was not this bad. And it's really bad. And then where we used to live, my husband's hometown of Willits, California, is on fire. There was a fire that broke out really close to there. And we have several friends that are struggling because the fires are so close. We are surrounded by them, but we are not in danger. So we have several of them that are all around us, in any direction we go, there's a fire. And so because of where we live, and we kind of live down in this valley, this pocket, we have a lot of the smoke. It's like a blanket right over us, and it's bad. Oh, I'm sorry, Daisy. Your son was evacuated. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, and then snow flurries. What is going on with 2020, you guys? Can we just get out of 2020? Because I just feel like something new every single day, every single month. So we are, it is affecting us. Like, even though we're not around the fire isn't, like, I'm not worried about the fire being close to us. The smoke and the ash it's a struggle. I'm dealing with headaches every single day from it. My mom is here visiting and she's struggling, and it's a struggle to breathe. I've been on my inhaler the last week, and you guys, quite honestly, it's just depressing. It is, it feels it's gray out. It's like an overcast feeling, and it's just depressing. And I called Wendy. Some of you guys know Wendy from our paper parties, and she really struggles in the winter with like winter depression and winter blues. And I called her and I was like, how are you doing? Because this feels like winter, but it's not. And it's still kind of hot. And she's like, yeah, it's hard. So that's been, oh, I'm so sorry, Daisy. Oh gosh, he may lose his house. Prayers for you guys. Linda said, where my family lives in San Francisco. San Francisco is about 2.5 hours from where I'm at. There was so much smoke, the sun couldn't even shine. Yeah, we haven't seen the sun in a week and a half. The glimpses of the sun we have seen, the sun has been like blood red because of the clouds. Oh, yeah. Thanks, you guys, for prayers and for prayers for California. We have a really good friend who is fighting the fire. He's a battalion chief director for Cal Fire, and he is obviously there fighting the fires, and we're concerned for all of our firefighters. Yeah, and it is very weird, you guys. I've never, ever experienced anything like this. And several years ago, you guys may remember 3 or 4 years ago, maybe it's been 5 years now, we had a fire that was in a county that was very close to us. In fact, the county was so close to us that we literally had like farm animals and stuff being brought into it, like here to our town. And we had, there were, one morning we woke up and there were fire trucks lined down our street. Like there were like 20 fire trucks, and they were all lined up down our street getting ready to head to the fire. They had all like parked here right in front of our house, to get ready to go to like coordinate. And even then, when the fire was so close to us, I've never experienced anything like this. In Willits, where my husband is from, the sky is literally red. Like when you take a picture, it's like red. It's not a filter. Our friend posted and said, this is without a filter. And like all of her photos were red. The sky was red. It just is crazy. It is so crazy. So we are dealing with a little bit of that and just being concerned. And it's like a heavy feeling when you have friends and family that are being affected with it. So I know, right, Laura, like what else can 2020 do to us? So with that said, you guys, I always appreciate you guys hanging in there, commenting on my Facebook, sending me messages. I have a couple direct messages I just have not gotten back to. Barbara, if you're watching, I promise I'm going to return your message. I just, we got through school today and I had some deadlines that I had to get out. And then I wanted to get the 8 weeks of Christmas, good grief, 8 weeks of Halloween started for you guys. So that's what we're going to do today. And I'm going to dive in. I'm going to do a project, and we're going to do a Halloween project. I'm going to have a PDF for you guys. So as soon as I'm finished with this, I will pop the link to the video up in the post, and then you will have a PDF that I will post. I will also be sending this out via email. If you get emails from me from like when you stay connected with me and I send out those emails, you will get it there as well. And I'll post it on the Facebook page. And then next week on Thursday, when I do the second week, the PDF will already be done. I just happen to be running a little bit late. Hey, Kathy, today I'm running a little bit late. This week, actually. Daisy said, I'm ready for this year to be done. Yes, we do. We need a fresh start. Yes, I'm so glad you guys are tuning in and ready for some crafting, because that's what I want to do with you guys. So I typically don't love Halloween. As a kid, I really hated it. I really hated going trick-or-treating. Like, we always went every year, and I just hated all the scary stuff of it. And in the beginning of my journey with like doing cards and doing projects and stuff, I didn't ever really do anything Halloween because I just didn't really like it. We don't pass out candy. And until last year, my kids actually had never gone trick-or-treating. We happen to have right across the street from us a really nice, it's an RV trailer park, and they're not doing it this year, but typically they do a really huge Halloween event. And for the people who are local, it's like we get like first dibs on going. And my kids actually two of my kids went last year to that. But what I do like about Halloween is the fun stuff about Halloween, the cute stuff, the being able to like give treats to the kids' class, and being able to like do teacher gifts. And those are the things that I really enjoy about it. And so all of my projects for the next 8 weeks are just going to be fun projects. They're not going to be creepy or gory or anything like that. So I wanted to do something really fun. And so I'm going to do 8 weeks of Halloween, which we're going to kick off the 8 weeks with a card. But I also have some really fun treat things planned, and then some stuff like for the teachers I'll be doing. And then I've even come up with a way to do treats for the kids' class, even though we're not in class. So I'll be sharing that with you guys. And then right when that ends, we will go right into 8 weeks of Christmas. So this 8 weeks of Halloween will end the week of Halloween, and then we'll start up with 8 weeks of Christmas, and that will end Christmas week. So let me just make sure I didn't miss any comments. Yeah, it's definitely not my favorite, but I think we can have fun with it. So let's get started. What I'm going to be using what I am going to be using for the next 8 weeks will be these stamp sets here. And again, I'm going to have a PDF for you guys. So I'll have measurements, a video link, a photo, and then instructions on whatever project I'm doing. And I'm really excited about a couple of the projects that I'm going to be doing. So these are the stamp sets that I'll be using, along with if they coordinate with dies or if they coordinate with a punch. This one coordinates with a punch, I think. So there's these. These are fun. I don't know, all of these are probably cute and fun, right? So let's get started. And then the other thing I'll be using is this designer paper, Magic in the Night. And we'll do that. And then also, you guys, some of you will be coming to our paper party tomorrow night. So I'm excited about that. That's one of the things I was wrapping up today, is wrapping up some of the final things that we're doing, where Wendy and I have to share links and stuff. And then I'll have a whole bunch of stuff I need to do tomorrow. But our party is tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So I'm looking forward to hanging out with you guys for that. Okay, so let's get started. What I'm going to be using today is I'm going to be using this stamp set. And I think this one, I think I'm going to take a sentiment from this one. So these are both red rubber sets. And then I'm using this. And this actually was a creative challenge item for my team page, my Stampin' Up! Team page. One of our challenges this week is to use this. So I'm excited to fit this in. And actually, it reminded me when I saw the post in our Facebook group, it reminded me that I had gotten this and I had not used it yet. So right now is a great time to join Stampin' Up! If you are just looking for another really fun community to be a part of. We would love to have you. Stampin' Up! Is having a really fun special on the starter kit. And so for $99, you get $125 in product. And then you get 2 additional stamp sets and some card kits. And so that is fun. I'll pop a link up when I'm done here. And then in the YouTube description, if you're watching this on YouTube, I'll have that too. So what I'm doing here is I have my Wink of Stella, and then I've ran this through my Big Shot with the embossing folder. And then I'm taking my Wink of Stella, and my goal is really not to do the whole cardstock, like all of the cardstock with glitter. Really, I'm doing this on its side. And I'm just running it over the embossed part. And then, of course, some of the paper is going to get more of the glimmer part on it. But that's okay. And I just squeezed some out on this embossing folder. You can see it's just a slick surface. That's all you really need. You could do it on a clear block if you wanted. Or you could do it on the surface if you wanted. I happen to have this here, so that's what's gonna work. And then I'm just getting all of the embossed part so that this really stands out. The other thing you can do is spread it out on the clear surface and then rub your cardstock over it, because the raised part will pick up on it. We'll pick it up. And that works too. See? Like that. So that's a different way to use your Wink of Stella. You guys know that I use mine a ton. Okay, so I'm just going to take a sponge dauber from my case here, and I'm going to grab Gorgeous Grape, and we're going to ink the edges of this. And we're going to do them really dark. So this is Gorgeous Grape cardstock. And then I'm using the Gorgeous Grape ink. So it's a fun combination here. And then once I get all these edges, I know this takes a little bit of time, but it does give it a really fun effect. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do is just very lightly, like very gently, take and just use my sponge dauber. Oh my gosh, you guys, it feels amazing to be crafting. I've not crafted all week. Well, I did a live workshop with my membership group, and I did my project live for August, but I mean, I just haven't really got inky, you know, this week. So now I just want to be aware that this has glitter on it now from doing that, but that's okay. I just keep all of mine in here, and I just do them a little bit by color, so you can see all my greens are together and then my reds are together, and then I usually keep all of my clean ones separate. They've gotten a little mixed up recently, but I usually just keep all of these separate. You can see that when I get in a hurry, I kind of throw them back in here, but I use them until, you know, I feel like I need to replace it. Okay. And then because I've inked and I've glittered that, I'm just going to take a wipe so that I can make sure that I wipe my hands, because they are full of ink now. And I just recently have not been being really all that careful with my workspace. And I don't know if you guys can see that, if it helps for it to be closer. Hi, Susan. But you can see the glitter and the ink. So now the next thing that I've done, I'm going to lay this down here. The next thing that I've done is I've taken a piece of black cardstock and I've cut it at 4 1/4, and then I've folded it at 5 1/2. And this piece is going to go on here like this. And I think I'm going to go ahead and add some dimension to this. And to do that, I'm going to use black fun foam. So I get this question all of the time. I get it in comments. People email me. They send me direct messages and they're like, what is that stuff that you're using? This is fun foam. I get mine at Walmart. And I get black and white. You can get it in several colors. I think even maybe it might have been Julie who emailed me a link for Amazon. Okay, this is making me mad. For Amazon, that you can get it on Amazon. Now, I have not gotten any on Amazon, but you can. You totally can. And I get black and white is what I get. I feel like that's just what works the best. It's not as thick. The fun foam is not as thick as like the 3M tape, right? But the 3M Scotch tape is really expensive. And I used to get that, and I would get mine for $10 on Amazon, but I was buying at least two things of it a month. So that's $20. Like, I don't know. I just felt like it was getting really expensive. So I was looking for an alternative, and this is perfect. You can see I just used my liquid glue to put this down, but you can use any kind of adhesive on there. Elizabeth said, I love the glitter. Some fun foam. Oh, some fun foam comes in glitter. That's good to know, Linda. Thanks. And also you can cut the fun foam with your die cuts. So if you cut out a heart, you can cut out a smaller heart with another die and put it directly behind if you wanted. There's lots of fun things that you can do with it. Okay, so I think that this is, I'm going to leave this paper. I think it helps you guys to see the cardstock better than if it's just on my mat. Okay, so let's grab a couple more pieces that we're going to use, and we're going to do some heat embossing. So I have this piece here, and it just really does make me sad to cover up all that beauty of the inking and the glitter, but we're going to do it. So we have this piece, and this is at 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. Okay. So one of my favorite measurement layers is 3 by 4. It fits beautifully on a card, and it makes layering really easy. So I'm just going to hold this up and make sure that I'm getting it nice and straight. And I believe that that is nice and straight. Then I have another piece of basic black. And I'm not sure exactly where I'm going to put it, but we're going to do some stamping and some embossing. So let's grab our Versamark. We're going to do white embossing powder. I wonder if this glitter, I wonder how this glitter would work. We're going to do two different things. I'm going to do a test. Let me do a test really quick. Okay. We're going to use our embossing buddy. Okay, and then we're going to use these bats, which are beautiful. They are beautiful. Okay, and then the first thing I'm going to do right here is I'm going to cut this stamp up because I don't like that these are together. So I'm just going to do a little bit of stamp surgery. Nobody get upset. Nobody freak out. It's totally fine. Everything's always okay. Okay, so let me see if this is gonna work, because this might be really pretty. I have some Versamark ink. Okay, now this is ultra fine. Sorry about that. I got for a specific project for Andrew and I. I better use this. I don't know how it's gonna look on this. Oh my gosh, it's so gorgeous. But I don't know how it's going to look once we heat set it. Okay, so let's heat set this. Let me grab my heat tool. Okay, so we're just gonna heat our heat tool up. We're gonna let it get hot. So just for a second. And then let's heat this. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. So, can you guys see that? Yeah, you guys can see it. The camera's picking it up really well. Okay, so my original idea was to do it in white. So let's vote, okay? I'm gonna stamp this again. We're gonna do this in white, and then I want you guys to tell me which one you guys think looks better. Okay, let's heat set this. Okay, so then a quick tip, you guys. I used to get really annoyed with the way my white embossing powder was very kind of sketchy. And it still kind of is on Stampin' Up! Paper. I don't think Stampin' Up! Black cardstock is the best for white embossing powder. But also, I think that I sometimes heat it too long and then it like melts into the paper. So how this is gonna go is it's gonna be a background piece. And then we're going to put our sentiment over this. So what do you guys like better? Do you guys like the glitter or do you think it looks better white? I'm really not sure. I feel like the white, because then what we're going to have, let me show you how the rest of the card's going to be so you can decide. We're going to have a piece of glitter paper, and then our sentiment is going to go on here like this. So I feel like both would look pretty. I don't know. I'm almost leaning towards white, but what do you guys think? The white definitely shows up better. We might have to go with white because it does show up better. But the effect of the rainbow glitter on black paper is really pretty. And I just got this off SimonSays.com. I got it to do a specific project with Andrew. But it's Brutus Monroe rainbow embossing powder. Okay, so far I think white. Okay, so we'll do white. Okay, so with that said, we're going to take our piece here. And I'm going to try not to touch it with my oily fingers. We're going to use this embossing buddy. Then I need another block. Where's my big bat? My larger one. What happened to him? Is it right in front of me and I just don't see it? Where's that big bat? This is a problem. Oh, look at that. It stuck to the back of my... Uh-oh, my kids are fighting. I don't know what's happening. One's crying. The oldest is yelling at the middle one. I'm not sure. I mean, my mom's here dealing, like, I hear her dealing with it, but I don't really know what's happening. Uh-oh. And now she's yelling. Wow. They are not happy. Okay. This is the part that always makes me nervous when I'm... Okay. I'm not brave enough to do a bunch of them. And not put the powder on. I'm always nervous. In fact, I'm getting really nervous right now that this has dried. Okay, just dump it. Just dump it. Oh, man. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's a mess, but it's okay. That's the point. That's the point. I was listening to what was going on with the kids. Okay. So then what we're going to do... The distant learning situation is, it's just wearing on my kids. They dislike it. I'm not going to say hate because that's a really strong word, but they're just struggling. It's hard. It's okay. Nobody panic. Oh. This is a mess. Okay, let's heat set this and then we'll do more. Let me see. Okay. Now let's heat set this. So the key is to not put the heat on it for too long. And that's why it's really good if your heat tool is heated up. Then you don't have to hold it on there for very long. Okay, so then let's add some more. And I don't think that I can get very many more. Like, I don't think I can get another big one. Ugh, and I did it again on the edge there. Okay, I kind of made a mess of this. Oh my God, I think my kids are still fighting. I don't want to say I don't care. Like, is that horrible to say? Like, I don't care. But there's part of me that's just like, work it out yourself. I'm tired of breaking the fights up. Okay, so let's clean this off. So embossing, I mean, it can be kind of tedious. And if you guys, I mean, you guys know, if you're familiar with my stamping style, you know that I don't really like things that are tedious. But during the holidays, I feel like during Christmas, during Halloween, during fall, like some of it, it's worth it to do some of this tedious stuff. And it's going to be okay. It doesn't have to be perfect because for one thing, it's homemade, right? So we don't worry about if it's perfect. That's not really necessarily why we're doing it. But then also this kind of look is, yeah, hugs to grandma, right? This look is kind of more non-perfect. Okay. So there's that. Okay. Let's set this messiness aside. Okay. Let me do all the things. Let me close this up. Where's my... Oh, my wet wipe was right under my designer paper. It's a good place for it. Okay. Yeah, they are. My mom is too. Like, I mean, they're not... It's not horrible. They're not fighting horribly. It just... Okay, so then what I like to do is take my wipe and just very gently, especially on black paper, wipe it off, because where I used that embossing buddy, it clouds the black paper. So you don't want to do it a ton. Like, don't take it and like push it on there and wipe, because it's moisture and it will, you know, warp your paper and ruin it. But you can take it and gently do it, and it will take off some of that cloudiness. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put this on here like so. And what I'm going to use for this is my Stampin' Seal Plus. Now this is very, very strong adhesive. And we are going to do right on the edge. Okay, so the key to using this adhesive is every single thing you feel and you've been taught and that you have learned about using this, which you really have to like press down and you hold it kind of up like this. You don't do any of that with this. The lighter your hand is with this, the better it's gonna work. And you want it to be a little bit at an angle, okay? So I always like to tell you guys these things because it's always on my mind. Like, my mom has arthritis and her hands, I always take into consideration, like, we just recently changed out all the containers in our like pantry area. And I specifically wanted to find containers that my mom would be able to get into when she's here, because she struggles with different things with her hands. And so when I'm using something, I'm conscious of like, how do you use that? Is that going to hurt? Is that at a weird angle? So this is a little bit different than this that you hold on to and it's smaller and you're doing it up and down. With this, you really want it at a little bit of an angle, and then the lighter touch, the better. Okay? So this is really strong adhesive, and I'm going to get one go at this. When it goes down on this paper, it's going to be down. So I'm going to use my grid mat. I'm going to hope you guys are still on camera. And we're going to come over a little bit because I want that designer paper peeking through. And so we're going to have a little bit of a border at the top. And then we're going to have a little bit of a border on the bottom. And then again, I will have all the measurements for you guys on the PDF if I've not said them. Daisy said, I just did that too for easy opening. I got the OXO containers and I love them. Oh, good. I'm not sure which ones we got. I got mine off Amazon and we like them. We very much like them. And my mom doesn't have too hard of a time opening them, which is good. But I just am always, in fact, I just went and I got allergy medicine at the store yesterday for my mom because she forgot hers. And I was like, these do not open well. Like, this bottle does not, like, she is never going to be able to open this. And sure enough, when I got home, I needed to put it in a different container for her to have. Right? Because it's just like, it's hard. I wonder if Gorgeous Grape will show up on this gray. Let's test it. Yeah, it does. I think I need to re-ink my stamp pads. I think it's been a while. Okay, so hopefully this is going to be straight and hopefully it's going to be in the middle. Not horrible at all. Okay, so let's add our piece of black. And I think I'm going to do something I never do. I'm going to do this wonky. You guys know I don't like wonky. Okay, then the question is, do I do this wonky? I guess I do. I guess that's what we're doing because I did it. Okay. Make sure. I'll use that Stampin' Seal Plus. That's very aggressive. We'll add this here. Okay. And then we're gonna add this one here, like so. Which feels very weird, you guys. It does feel weird. I wonder if dimensionals will stick to this glimmer paper very good. Liquid glue will if this doesn't necessarily work. But I think this might be okay. Okay, so I'm feeling not very confident about my first 8 weeks of Halloween project, you guys. I don't know if it came out like the vision in my head did. I did not test this out. Usually, you guys, I make the project before I share it with you guys to make sure that everything works well and it looks good and all of the things. And I didn't this time. I had the vision and I did this and I don't know that I love it. Okay, one thing that you can do with your white embossing powder, if there is ever a place where it doesn't maybe look right, you can take a white gel pen and finish it off. And I just get these, I get a big pack of them on Amazon. These are the Stampin' Up! Used to sell these. These are the Signo Uniball white gel pen. It is absolutely my favorite. This is a one point, I think it's the 8. I think it's the 0.8. But anyways, you get a pack of 10 on Amazon. And if you just look up, I'll put a link, and when I do my post here, I'll put a link, but it's the Uniball Signo, and I love these, and I just get a huge pack on Amazon, and I keep them for lots of stuff in my office. Oh my gosh, you guys, look what I did. Anybody see the problem with this? Oh my heavens. I did it upside down. Did anybody realize that? Did you guys like realize while I was doing it? Like, I'll just fix it. I'll slice it off and I'll add it to another card base. But make sure you don't do that, you guys. This card, I don't know. I'm not sure that I'm loving it. But this is the first one. I feel like it needs something, you guys. I feel like it needs like sequins or bling or something. That's horrible, right? Is that horrible? Okay, let's do one thing. It'll make me feel better. We're going to take some of these pearlescent, gorgeous pearls. These are iridescent. And you guys know how I feel about my sequins. Okay. I think that might do it. Somebody commented on a video recently on YouTube. It was kind of a nasty comment, but they were like, "You always use sequins. I'm sick of it." And I was like, "Yeah, I do. I always use sequins." It's the trick, not the treat. Kathy said she just did this with one of her fall cards. Been there, done that, Linda said. Oh my gosh, so fun, right? Okay, I'll fix it when I get off of here. But that is the very first one. I don't know. This card I feel like is a 4 for me. It's not the most favorite card I've ever done. Maybe I should have not used this design. Maybe I should have used a different design underneath. Your card, you can use what you want. Sort of what I was thinking. Also, I might have been thinking my YouTube channel, I can post whatever I want. Kathy said, well, they don't have to watch you. I love the bling, right? So this is our very first one. I will have the PDF for you guys like ASAP. I'm going to get done with this. I'm going to render this video and put it up on YouTube. So you, if you're on YouTube, I'm not live anymore, but hello and welcome to you. And the PDF will be linked below in the YouTube description. And I will post it here on our Facebook. And then I will be back tomorrow, you guys, for another crafty project. It probably won't be Halloween related. And then next Thursday will be week 2. So I hope that this will be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Every year I want to do like 12 weeks of Christmas or, so, you know, and I've done that in the past, but I just feel like I never get around to it. Like I never get my act together. So I'm doing it. I'm doing it this year. Thanks, guys. I appreciate all your comments and hanging out with me. And I will let you guys go today, but I will see you tomorrow, and it will be at 2 p.m. will be our live tomorrow, Friday, 2 p.m. Thank you guys so much, and have a great day.